So this is how each mug and each piece of art comes in. I simply get an idea, I draw it out in pencil, and you'll see the eraser marks and lines that I have in here. And then I take some alcohol pens for my outline design, get it down, and I will color test like the colors that I want to use. So I can say, okay, I need this lighter or this darker color, and I will take that in. I know that on this billfish the tail is going to be dark, so I draw him out and I start with the tail and I'll get it dark and then go through the rest of the fish. Then I'll take and I'll scan this picture in and delete any smudges and stuff that may be on the outside of what's on here, so when I put it on a cup it's clean. But that's how it starts out. So it starts, all the cups in the art start on paper, just like this picture here. This will end up going to some frame somewhere for someone, and it'll end up on a cup. So I hope you enjoy being able to see the process that I do here. Now when you're doing this, you got to make sure that when you have lines like here, this fin, this dorsal fin will be lighter. So I have to make sure that in all these ridge cuts I don't interfere. So I'll switch from a broad tip to my light tip to my sharp pointy tip, and I'll leave some space around it. I'll just go in that basic shape so I got enough room to complete this and leave that light space there for the white highlights and the light blue highlights in the tips. And the reason the tail stays dark is because this will be lighter feeding into the tail, so the light source is coming from the beak on the fish here. So this is how I get started. Yeah, I put on glasses so I can see some of this fine detail. Got little magnifiers to get in these creases. Then once I come in and get my base color on this, then I'll come in with an oil pastel like this. And these are alcohol markers. So these will go down, then the oil pastels will go on. And it'll end up looking like the sailfish that you can see down below with the different colors in it, or the shrimp. Has a lot of different layers to it. If you look at the yellowfin, you can actually see down here in the face of the yellowfin, you can see some of those pin marks. But on the recolor, when I put this onto a 24 by 36 size paper, it'll have color on it, but I turn around and put new pastel colors on top, and I can change the dynamics and the depth of those colors for people and what they want to match in the house. I want more blues, I want more greens, I want some aquas, I want more oranges or more copper color. I can do that on there. So I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, now what I do is I come in on top, and this is actually a gel crayon, and I'll bring the color down like in this dorsal fin here. And I go with the direction of the fins. Like that, and then take your finger and you smudge and you start transferring the color up and down with the direction, and it gives some highlights and some lowlights. When you do it, and as you add the other color bases to it, it'll come out a little bit darker and a little bit darker, and you can go in from the fish down and the fish up with a darker color, so it gets darker and goes up towards the tip. Now I'll go a deeper, darker color from the bottom up here, and I'll bring it up from the base of the fish up so it lightens in, but keep about the same shape as his fin going up. So as the fin gets taller, so do the dark marks and the dark colors going in, and that's going to give depth and dimension here into the fin itself as we go. And once I have these striations in, I'll finger smudge it some more, and that'll help bring this colors. And you can see the color start to come to life in this fin. And then what I do the fin first, because when I do the fish will be darker, and I can transfer that dark in, and it won't look like a separation of colors. It'll blend right in. And so now you can see the colors coming into the picture with all the blending that's coming in. So this is the process for getting them to some dimension and stuff, layering the colors of the greens and the yellows and the golds and the turquoise and all those other colors to start blending them in. So hope you enjoy what you're seeing. And now I'm doing a little finish up here. See the highlights and the colors that come in, and I add the highlights right here at the end, the whites, where I want them to go. Once again, smudge them with my finger. So it's not a crisp line, but it acts just as a highlight. To get around that section, I want right there to make that curl in that lip right there. And I'll raise it up here to the edge. That gives me some definition there. A little smoothing out there. And that's it. And this is the billfish completed. This will end up on a mug. Little logo time on the bottom of the page, and this is the billfish in a couple hours. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope to see this soon on a mug, and just check this page for more.